What's up, everybody? Happy Monday morning. Hopefully you're feeling disciplined this morning, maybe not motivated and inspired. Hopefully I'll bring that to you today. But hopefully at least you woke up disciplined this morning. So I'm gonna tell you a little story today. So I believe a lot of marriage issues and relationship issues in general, but I'm gonna speak from the marriage seat, are stemmed from money problems. It's easy to complain about money. It's easy to complain about what you do or don't have. I believe that the money is the surface level issue. I think deeper than that is where people start feeling guilt or shame or disappointment in themselves and their inability to provide for their spouse the way they feel like they should. And I think that's where, if you're, upset or frustrated, it typically comes from a place of fear. And fear in this case stems from, well, maybe he or she will leave me, or he or she isn't happy, or he or she is going out into the marketplace, out of the marriage because I can't deliver the financial things or the materialistic things that they want. And it become a really detrimental part of a marriage or relationship is when you're not willing to just share the fact like, hey, I have not been able to figure this out, and I'm worried that if I can't provide for you, that you're not going to want to be around. And that's probably the truth most of the time. Or like, hey, I'm tired of being wrong. I'm tired of getting this wrong or whatever. That's probably the truth more than the money issue. For me, the money issue, not that it hasn't been challenging and hasn't impacted me or our marriage at all, but I look at the example I had growing up, which is my grandfather. So my dad's dad immigrated to the United States. And if you look at the latter part of his life, which I really knew him the most in, I didn't know him obviously growing up or when he was, raising my dad. This is an immigrant with a third grade education that put 4 kids through college. And I get it. 50 years ago, putting a kid through college was different, but it was still relative for an immigrant to be able to pull it off. But if I look at the end of his life, the respect and admiration that Papa had and the way that people loved and cared for him had 100% to do with how wealthy he was in love and respect and care and belief and work ethic and his family and the pride that he carried for his family. And there's so much that I learned from watching that. If you look at his funeral, which happened a couple of years ago, which is one of the harder days I can remember in my life, he was the one that made the decision to immigrate to the United States to give his family a better life, and I'm the outcome of that. I could just as easily be a farmer in Italy if he did not have the balls to make the decision he did to come over here and just make it work no matter what. But he was respected for that. He was respected for the failures. He was respected for the challenges. He was respected for not giving up. He was respected for, and there were so many people that showed up to his funeral, those of his friends that were left. He was almost 90 when he passed. And not one person talked about his money, financial success, which he had. I mean, my dad and his 3 sisters never went without, that I could tell. They figured it out. I'm sure there was harder years than others, but he was respected a lot for the non-money wealth that he carried. The pride, the love, the respect, the help, the willingness to tell the truth. A lot of my directness comes from him. I don't know if it was a language barrier because he didn't understand the language that well, or he just loved telling people the truth. But he would just tell you exactly, he was rarely wrong. He could read people and understand people, and he spoke in some level of broken English, but good English. I see so much in today's environment where money and materialistic things are valued at such a high level. And look, not that I don't appreciate nice stuff and spending money and having nice things, but it wasn't that long ago, in the last 2-3 years, where Tiff made more money. Tiff was the breadwinner, and it never impacted our marriage. Because I lived up to a different standard as a husband and a father. And I'm speaking to somebody right now who maybe isn't winning financially. Maybe doesn't have the things, or maybe the plans for 2023 didn't go as expected, or maybe your family doesn't get the things that they want or the vacations they want, and maybe your wife is getting frustrated. It's likely, and I don't know your situation specifically, I'm sure there's some outliers, I'm sure your specific context is different, but it's likely that your family is just tired of coming second and waiting for when it's their time to come first. Maybe it's that your family is tired of waiting for the best version of you. Maybe it's that your family is tired of watching you suffer and give it everything you have and they just want the best for you. I can tell you right now, my sons love nothing more than hanging out with me and laughing. Trust me, I got them all the shit in the world. They don't touch any of it. They want to hang out. They want to jump in the pool. They want to go for a ride. They want to do stuff together. But I challenge you right now, if you are dealing with some form of financial situation that is driving a wedge in your family, go be great. Go be wealthy at love. Go be wealthy at pride. Go be wealthy at giving. Go get abundance of laughter. Go be wealthy in memories. Because whether you have money or not, the memories are really all that matter. And the unfortunate reality is TV and movies and marketing has led us to believe that spending money on lavish things is the memories that we want. The laughing with the car, the boat, or the vacation. I'll tell you, some of my favorite memories are sitting around the dinner table going over my son's rose, thorn, and bud from the day. And it wouldn't matter where that table is. We do that stuff at restaurants. We do it at our dining room. We do it at the kitchen counter. We do it everywhere. Go become wealthy in those things. Go become wealthy as the person that they look up to no matter what. Go become wealthy in memories and feelings and emotions and laughter. Go become wealthy in those things. I'm fairly confident, out of personal experience here, that you'll feel 10 times wealthier than a bank account full of money without those things. Because I've had that too. I've had the money without the feeling of connectivity to my life and my family. You want to feel broke? Go fill your bank account up and don't touch anything else in your life. You'll never feel more lost or broken in your life. So go become wealthy in things that are not measured in dollars and cents. And if you don't know what that is, reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let me help you define and discover maybe what your purpose is outside of the business. But money's going to come and go. But those people, the people around you, your team, your family, your kids, they're going to look to you to see what the standard is, to see what the example is going to be, ups and downs. What are they seeing right now? And if you're winning, what are they seeing right now? Are you teaching them that money's the only way to be happy? That's a dangerous, dangerous habit, generational issue. There's a lot of ways to be happy without money. And I've been unhappy with money. I've been unhappy without money. I've been happy with money. I've been happy without money. Sometimes we look back at the simpler times of our lives as the happiest because there was no money, there were no things, there were no expectations. We were just enjoying conversations as a family because we literally could not afford to do anything else. I think most of us look back at previous times in our lives as the easier times because there was less financial burden. So I don't know, maybe you're dealing with that, maybe you're not. Maybe this message wasn't for you. Maybe it was exactly what you needed this week. But I know right now I'm seeing a lot of people forgetting their purpose and forgetting why they're here and putting all of their value into dollars and cents. There's a whole lot more, and I've seen it firsthand with my grandfather. Papa was wealthy in a lot of ways, and money wasn't one of them. And that's something I'm proud of. To say he paved the way for me here to have the life and the influence and the impact that I have. When just 2 generations ago, he was a farmer with a 3rd grade education. No one knew who he was. What are you chasing this week? What are you working on this week? What are you doing to pivot your perspective to make sure that your family has the best version of you? Give us some time. Hopefully you find some things that'll help you win fast and win often. Love you guys.